What is something that is bullcrap that everyone should know about? Gem quality diamonds are incredibly rare and valuable. Oh, nothing pisses me off more than this. I actually saw a commercial yesterday for one of the chain places, Zales maybe, that was selling chocolate diamonds. They are just cloudy, discolored diamonds. It made me so angry because a month ago, that same company would say, you see how pretty / shiny / clear this diamond is, that's what makes it so valuable. Now they're selling these supposedly bad quality diamonds as specialty gems. When I say, nothing pisses me off more than this, it's a goddamn expression. Obviously, there are other things in the world that make me madder. So adjusted to this annoys me to a great extent. I don't hate the company / marketers either. I think it's a brilliant way to do business. Create a demand for something that used to be garbage. Profit brilliant. What makes me annoyed is people who will just buy into it because it's trendy or fashionable. If you actually just like crap rocks, awesome, enjoy. If you're just doing it because a marketing campaign told you like crap colored rocks now, you're kind of dumb. Marketing makes stupid people buy unnecessary crap. Eggland's best eggs are the exact same eggs as your local grocery store. You are paying extra for a stamp. I worked at an egg packing plant back in high school and daily we would ship out to a variety of stores and companies including Eggland's Best. When an Eggland's Best order comes up we would simply flip a switch on the packaging machine, which would then stamp on the iconic Ebb stamp. Ebb eggs did not come from some magical chickens. They come from the same ones that go to Wegmans, Harris Cheetah, and sorry but this is 100% true. Can you prove this? I beg you? Please please please? I've been arguing with my wife for years now that there's no difference, but she insists on buying the Ebb eggs. She won't believe you without some kind of proof. Please ask her to point to Eggland on a map. The case of the lady who sued McDonald's because she burned herself with hot coffee wasn't a fraudulent lawsuit, despite being the most commonly used example of one. McDonald's used to heat their coffee to dangerous temperatures and had received numerous complaints before. The woman was so badly burned that her labia was fused to her leg. Also, she initially wanted to settle for something like $20,000 or $30,000, and McDonald's didn't agree. My business law class textbook used this case. It is literally the textbook case of negligence. What did the punitive damages come out to? The equivalent to 3 days worth of McD's coffee sales. Yeah, that'll teach em. Every game at the Carnival. I used to be a carny. At a county fair I kicked ass at the game where you kick a ball at the stacked cans and try to get every one of them to fall off the podium. In fact, I kicked so much ass the carny gave me look that implied if I did it anymore I was gonna get a corn dog shoved up my ass. However, even when carnies lose, they win. The prizes you folks give away look like they were dug out of an orphan's toy box. I freaking love the fair. If you mess with a carny, you're gonna have a bad time. Source: friend flipped out and threatened a carny years ago at the local fair. Then as he was walking away from the booth another carny accidentally knocked him down, and a third carny accidentally tripped and accidentally spilled a bag of powdered gravy on him. Accidentally. Extra sauce. Having powdered gravy spilled on you on a rainy day is the grossest thing ever all time. Dude was a gravy golem. I have no recollection of how we got him home, but I assume I've blocked it out of my memory for my safety. Generic drugs are often made by the same company as the branded versions, and if not, are held to precisely the same standards by the FDA. I've literally seen a certain hair product dispensed into bottles, labeled, and packaged. Then it was time to make some for Winn-Dixie, or whatever brand they were making generics for. They switched only the labels and boxes. It was literally the same tank of product. Stop buying branded drugs, people. It's not quite as simple as you make it out. Generic drugs are not necessarily bioequivalent. FDA testing requires that generic drugs be pharmaceutically equivalent, but they only require bioavailability to be within plus or minus 20% of the brand name. In other words, the chemical has to be exactly the same, but not how fast it enters your body. For many drugs, this is not a big issue, but for some it is the difference between effect and failure. Egg. Budeprion XL 300 mg, generic Wellbutrin, which was recently pulled from the market. Overall, generic drugs are fine and provide a way around the ridiculously inflated prices US consumers normally have to pay, but you should make a point of learning about any drug that you put into your body. That we should recycle paper. Recycling is indeed good, but we shouldn't recycle paper. It uses less energy and costs less money to plant a tree specifically to make paper from it than it does to take used paper and go through the process of making it into new paper. Saying we should recycle paper because it saves trees is like saying we shouldn't eat chips in order to save the potatoes. Paper is made from trees that we are planted specifically to make paper. Paper is not made from the homes of Amazonian orangutans. Deforestation is indeed a problem, but it's not caused by the paper making industry. New paper was made by having trees exist for a few decades. Recycled paper was made by having a recycling plant exist. Aluminium, most plastics, all that stuff should be recycled. It uses more energy to make an aluminium can from mined bauxite than it does to make one from a recycled can. In addition, we will one day run out of aluminium and oil. The same cannot be said for paper. The only advantage to recycling paper is that it creates jobs in the paper recycling industry. But if we want to pay people to do something pointless and expensive, we might as well pay them to cut my lawn with nail scissors. At least that would have a positive net effect on the planet, albeit a pathetically pointless one. I think I understand the idea that it's a renewable resource, so you might as well keep growing and harvesting. What about the cost of adding that mass to landfills, cost reaping the paper tree forests, cost of damage to wildlife that have moved in, and loss of forest land that could actually mature into habitat for more wildlife? That your computer runs at about 1/2 of its potential speed right out of the box. The manufacturer installs tons of pointless software that is difficult to disable, and many useless Windows features require a reinstall from a custom image to remove. If it comes with Norton or McAfee on top of that, it runs even slower. I'll add to that building computers is super hard and expensive, so you should just buy a shelf model from a major store. Building your own PC can save half the cost of a comparable store model and you don't have to worry about that bloat crap. Yup, the faster the PC, the more you can save by reusing old cases and optical drives, getting a mid-range Mobo, and putting it together yourself. If you torrent a light version of Windows, your legit key you purchased will still work, and you won't have to deal with Win8. Seriously, computer parts are like Legos these days. Does the plug fit? Yes. Then it goes there. The chiropractic method is not science-based and studies show that the risk of subluxations outweighs the benefits. Chiropractors also go to special chiropractic colleges which don't have real science classes and are actually very cultish. I was turned away from countless doctors over 2 years while seeking treatment for severe 9 out of 10 lower back pain. They all assumed I was some sort of addict just after pills. No matter how many times I said I don't want pain pills, I want a solution. I couldn't work, could barely walk, or sleep through the night. Eventually I was poor enough to qualify for state health insurance, and it included chiropractic visits. I figured, what have I got to lose? I'm already killing myself with OTC painkillers just to have some sense of wanting to live each day. Made an appointment and showed up at his office. He prepared the X-ray and asked me to stand up straight for him. He cocked his head slightly and said he already knew what my issue was. I came back the following week and he showed me the X-ray. My right leg is 8mm shorter than my left. I'd been walking lopsided for 25 years and the strain on my body finally gave out. After a mild adjustment, nothing like the insane crap on TV, he gave me a little lift to put in my shoe. Within 2 days there was a drastic reduction in my ambient pain level. After 6 months, a few more adjustments and a gradually increasing lift, I'm 99% pain free. It's been over a year since then, and I haven't taken a single pain pill. I've lost almost 30 pounds and walk almost 3 miles round trip to work every day. Maybe some chiropractors are quacks, but mine saved my life. These are the stories I hear most, and I think they make sense. A chiropractor is, in a way, a glorified massage or physical therapist. And for many common pain problems, that's all you need. If it works for you, great. Just don't think that the scientific model underlying chiropractic is anything other than bullcrap. The idea that everyone should be respected, all viewpoints should be tolerated, truth is relative, and enjoyment equals good. This is an incredibly popular viewpoint, yet also remarkably stupid. To all of those just love, tolerance, respect others people, I always like to ask, what if I enjoy setting infants on fire? Should my lifestyle, then, be respected and tolerated? They seem to jump through some enormous hoops of reasoning to try and explain their way out of that one. The idea usually goes, if you are enjoying yourself, and not hurting anybody, then do what you want. My rights stop where others begin. The idea that drugstore macupe clogs your pores or ages your skin, versus department store brands. Look up the ingredients, ladies. Same crap, fancier bottle. Department store brand macupe looks better though. I've tried all kinds of macupe, and while there are some cheap products that look fine, for the most part more expensive macupe goes on easier and looks much better. I agree on some products, but this isn't always true. A recent tag on YouTube called I Love Drugstore Macupe was done by several beauty gurus on YouTube, and they discussed drugstore macupe that is the exact same, if not better, as the high-end products. I purchased a lot of the products recommended, and they work so well. Revlon Color Stay Foundation is better than almost any high-end foundation. Wet n Wild eyeshadow is just as pigmented and blendable as MAC eyeshadow. Wet n Wild I broke it. Maybelline's Dream Matte Powder. Maybelline's Falsies Mascara. New York City's Bronzer. Revlon Lip Butters. Wet n Wild Blush. Elf's Blush. Miller's Pencil Eyeliner. Jordana's Felt Tip Eyeliner. Maybelline's Color Tattoo Eyeshadow. Maybelline's Dream Lumi Touch Highlighting Concealer. Neutrogena Foundation Primer. And New York City's Concealer Stick. The list goes on and on. Several blogs and YouTube channels are totally dedicated to drugstore macupe that works or is a perfect dupe for a high-end product. I will say that some high-end products I haven't found a good replacement for, but if I can find a cheaper alternative I will definitely take it. Angus beef. I'm 25 and I've been a butcher for Wegmans, Whole Foods, and Acme. It's all the same meat. We have our meat wrapper slap on a different price and different label. Once in a while we'll get in a case or two of the actual Angus, but 9 times out of 10 you're buying the same stuff, select or choice grade beef. Even at Whole Foods, where I cut for 2 years, I was shocked at first. This was supposed to be the creme de la creme of today's meat retail industry. The beef came in labeled as select or higher, or choice or higher, allowing us to sell select as choice, choice as prime. If you want something cut, that is actually what you're looking/paying for, say this: hey, would you mind bringing me out the primal in the cryovac packaging before you cut it? Each primal above select is required by law to indicate the grade of beef on the cryovac packaging, or on a sticker underneath packaging. Point of this is that meat managers like keep their backrooms looking good for inventory and dispose of clothes to empty cardboard boxes, and will throw the 1-4 pieces that are left on top of another like case. Tell us to quickly show you the primal. If enough people do this, it will actually fix the problem. Cutters and managers will quickly learn we can't get away with the bullcrap and will just order more of the real stuff. That marijuana is really bad for you. I don't smoke weed, but I know that it's not bad. Look, smoking anything is worse for you than not doing so. You're putting crap into your lungs that your body doesn't know how to deal with. The issue is that pot isn't any worse for you than tobacco, and in many ways it's better for you. It still isn't good for you, except for actual medical uses, and even then, like most medicine, it's the lesser of two evils.